Hello there, Edison players. Welcome back to another tournament match review. Today we're having a look at round 4, the final round of Swiss of the ELLO Double Dash Saturday tournament. On the left we're gonna have Piet. I believe he's on some sort of a plant deck, Amaryllis. And on the right we have Roy, one of our, one of the guys who's always there, and he's on Lightsworn as per usual. Looks like Roy is gonna go for a bit of a slow start. But Piet also only has back row. I do see, yeah, he has the mind control. And I'm not sure whether Raiko can destroy itself. But Piet is gonna choose to just mill with the Raiko. And more importantly, deny Roy from flipping up that Raiko. Here is a trap dust shoot. Ooh, there's an Honest and a Celestia and a Gorse. So plenty of gas. I think the pick here is Celestia, right? Unless you have like Starlight Road, but then it's super obvious that you have the Starlight Road or any other out against Celestia. So yeah, it is going to be the pick. Yeah, Roy's hand wasn't looking very offensive, so I'm assuming, yeah, Raiko to defense, set Necrogarna, maybe? Roy is giving it a lot of thought, and he's not gonna set anything else. So yeah. Play is back to Piet, who has another back row. We've been seeing some pretty grindy slow games here in this tournament in particular. Lila comes down and yeah, eats a torrential. Lila always eats a torrential. Play is passed back. So no milling in the end phase. But on the other side, Piet is also not drawing into his engine. He's praying for a lone fire or anything here. Here is charge on Piet's side and milling the lone fire, of course. It's just gonna add Lila. That will allow him to mill 3 in the end phase. Is he gonna attack for damage first? Knowing that there's a Gorse. No, he's just gonna mill. Mills Dandelion double trading. Not ideal, not ideal. See that Piet has those lovely Aki tokens for the Dandelion. And Roy is gonna start getting in. Summons a Necrogarna. Cyberdragon trying to clear the Lila. But here's a Mirror Force. Okay, okay. So Lila will live another turn. Will be able to mill again. He's gonna set a back row. Piet has seen the beckoning lights, but we just saw that Roy has a copy in the hand. So is this a bluff? This is a bluff. Threatening Roar. Now I see that Piet has both Amaryllis and Titanial in the hand. So he should be tribute setting to get one of these into play. He's just gonna go for Lila in the end phase, banishing the tomato to summon back the Amaryllis. So it is indeed an Amaryllis plant pile. So there's definitely a bit of a clock. The difference here is that Piet has at least some graveyard setup. He still has a few more plans for his Amaryllis. But Roy is yeah, not really milling anything. He needs Honest being normal summoned, gonna take out the Lila to prevent further milling. And play is back to Piet. Yeah, I do think he drew return. So that could be big in the long run. Here is 1-for-1 discarding another copy of Amaryllis for Cyber Valley. Okay, okay. That's gonna let Piet draw 2 more cards. We're gonna see Amaryllis switch to attack position, attacking in for 22. And yeah, here we see the Gorse. And Amaryllis will self-destroy, inflicting 500 points of damage. Roy deciding which token to use for the Gorse. Main phase 2, Mark of the Rose coming down. It's gonna banish the Dandelion from Grave, taking control of the Gorse, and main phase 2, Piet is just gonna tribute summon. Yep. So that's a way to get rid of the Gorse. Titanium is bigger than the token, so a pretty decent exchange, especially with return sets. In the end phase, Amaryllis returns, banishing, I presume, this Lone Fire Blossom, yeah, to commit some war crimes next turn. If Roy doesn't clear the return, next turn is gonna be tough for him. Cold Wave is gonna be the start of the turn for Roy. Could there be a live Judgment Dragon? Oh, Solemn Judgment is gonna be the answer. So that's gonna put Piet's life points fairly low. Lumina being normal summoned. We do still know there's an Honest in the hand. Lumina discarding Arcus to bring back Arcus. The Gorse token at 2200 will be switched to attack position. We're gonna see Lumina attack the Amaryllis. That's another 800 points of damage for Roy. The token attacks Titanial, and the token is a light, so Roy can, yeah, he will drop the Honest to get over the Titanial, and Arcus attacking in directly. I don't have access to the life points, but I know that Piet is getting really low at this point. End phase, a Wolf is milled, so now it's up to Piet to make the big comeback play. And if that set card is indeed return, despite the Necrogarna in graveyard, he might be able to push for a big play. Looks like players are waiting for something. Maybe there was a ruling question. I don't remember that. Anyway, it looked like play is finally advancing again. The hand seems to be Necrogarna Return and another spell that I can't really see. So I think the comeback play is gonna have to involve, yeah, flipping this return. Summoning all of these guys in defense, the Valley in attack position, Tomato in defense as well. Now, Lonefire can tribute Dandelion, but that would leave no space for the tokens. So maybe Cyber Valley first, banishing the Tomato. Yeah, I think Piet is considering that. Okay, Lonefire tributes the Tomato. That works as well. Summoning the second Lonefire. Yeah, then maybe Valley can banish the first one. Yeah, looks like that is indeed going to be the play. Yeah, that's better. That leaves a Lonefire in play for a potential next turn. Gonna draw Lila and Brain Control. Okay, I'm not sure whether Piet still has enough life points for Brain Control. Plus, none of the Lightsworns can be targeted due to Arcus. Looks like the battle phase is being entered. There is a Necrogarda engrave. Important to keep in mind. Titanial over the Lumina. Roy has no cards in hand, so he will have to use Necrogarda if he wants to protect the Lumina. So I'm assuming that Roy has more than 1800 life points left, if this was such a big thing. Piet is gonna set another monster, loses nothing to return the end phase. And we know that Roy's last set card is Beckoning Lights. Yeah, we are gonna see that. Celestia is discarded. Judgment Dragon is added back, and a special summon and blow up the entire fields. That's also gonna blow up this face down Necrogarna. So yeah, Piet is gonna have to banish that to not lose, and the end phase Judgment Dragon mills 4. So now lowering the life points would be pretty good. Can Piet still pay for Brain Control? Can Roy still pay for another Judgment Dragon activation? Players are really taking their time in this game, but that's fine. At ELLO you have 45 minutes and then there's 5 additional turns of overtime. We are just gonna see set a monster, set 3 back row, end phase, double Amaryllis. So Roy, even if he has more than 1000 life points, he could blow out the fields, but then he would take 1600 more damage from the 2 Amaryllis. Looks like he is gonna do that, but all of these bluff set spells. Is that just Judgment Dragon for game? Yeah, looks like it. So all the bluff sets were not enough to prevent Judgment Dragon from being activated. So let's go to the next game. I believe both of these players are on the bubble as well, so they need to win their match in order to move on to the top 4. Piet will be going first, has a lone fire this time. Probably going to summon out a Titanial, yep. My camera isn't good enough to show this, but looks like it's a beautiful ultimate rare. Always appreciate that. Starting off with Solar Recharge, that's a strong one. Milling the Jaugen the Spiritualist, card that's been gaining a lot of popularity in Lightsworn, because you can just grab it back with Beckoning Light when you milled it. Normal Summon Arcus, set 1, and pass. Gonna mill Transfiguration Prophecy and Space Typhoon in the end phase, so nothing too useful here. Looks like Piet is again holding that return, so we could be seeing another big play with that one later in the game. We see that Roy has Lightning Vortex in the hand. Excellent card against Amaryllis. But you don't really want to use it against just one Titanial. Arcus attacks over Dandelion, so Piet gets 2 tokens. And in May phase 2, yeah, Lightning Vortex for the entire board. Yeah, it's a pity that Piet didn't set the My Body as a shield he has in his hand, but yeah, you always gotta be careful of Celestia when playing against Lightsworn. So here we're going to see a wolf being milled in the end phase, and play passes back to Piet, who just has to set 1 monster, 1 back row before passing play again. And here is Trap Dust Shoot, so we're gonna have a look at yeah. Of course, a Celestia being there. Okay, so looks like Roy will just attack over the set Necro. Arcus attacks directly. And Roy is considering to set the Necrocarna in his hand, but is not going to do so. Yeah. If you set it, the opponent knows it's there because of the Trap Dust Shoot. And Piet is lucky enough to draw into his second Lone Fire. Here is Titanial. And that will be able to attack over the Arcus. No Honest. And play is just gonna go back to Roy, who draws DD Crow. Also a pretty good card in this matchup, but unfortunately not a very proactive one. Yeah, Foolish could send Blake, but there's no Synchro 6 that clears Titanial. There's Goyo Guardian, but then you have to crash it, so... There's a lot of thought going into this particular play. It looks like Roy is just passing at this one. So Piet draws the third copy of Titanial. What a classic. And we see a Cyber Valley in the hand, as well as Return, so this could be a setup for something big. Choosing not to commit either of those. Really trying to play around the potential Judgment Dragon. Ah yeah, we did know about the Heavy Storm, so that's fair, that's fair. Now we're seeing Foolish for Plague. Normal summon Necrocarna. Yeah, Synchro 5. That does give you the option of Catastor, which clears the Titanial pretty nicely. No Necrocarna in the graveyard. So yeah, this Titanial is taken care of. Cyber Valley following it up with Mark of the Rose. Gonna banish one of those Titanials. And Piet is gonna immediately banish a Catastor for some draws. Now he's gonna set everything. It's time to stop playing around Judgment Dragon, he says. Garrett comes down. That's gonna be 1850. And no back row. Okay. This has to be the moment. Just setting a monster. I think that was Sangan. And Garrett attacking over that. So Sangan will, I presume, pick up a Lone Fire Blossom. Ah, Guard Trooper. Okay. That's fair, that's fair. Guard Trooper normal summoned, milling 2 Karma Cut and a Gorse. That's not the mill you want to see. Anyway, Necrocarna attacking over the Garrett. Necrocarna protecting the Garrett, rather, from being attacked over. Roy drawing Solar Recharge. Not sure whether he has any Lightsworns left in the hand. Yeah, it looks like it's Honest and DD Crow. So he just passes play back to Piet, who mills 3. And here comes a return for 3. is he gonna find a way to play around that honest? Yeah, tribute 2 for Titanial. I'm not sure what Piet's life total is. He's getting fairly low. Maybe he should have attacked with the special summoned Titanial first, just in case of honest. In the end phase, there's a DD Crow for Amaryllis. But both of these monsters should be banished off return. Or am I wrong? Am I missing something? DD Crow for the Wolf. But I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, it will matter. No, it won't, because not enough life points to pay for skill drain or my body, it seems. In the end phase, Judgment Dragon mills a few trap stuns, the second Judgment Dragon. Mark of the Rose is gonna take control of that. And that's an equip, so it has to stay. Main phase 2, Cyber Valley. But that is the normal summon used for Piet, so he'll have to find a way to defend himself. Or Roy can just brick, that's also a valid option. Summon Gale attack. Celestia is drawn, but there was a solar recharge. Okay. Normal summon Jane. And this attack is for game. Yeah, I know Piet was really low, so this Starlight Road wasn't gonna help him. Okay guys, this was Ryan Atlas. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye.